to Easy Maths, your guide to understanding and solving maths problems with ease. I'm glad to have you here. Today we'll be looking at Pythagoras Theorem, one of my best topics when I was in senior secondary school. Today we'll be looking at what it's all about. Pythagoras Theorem says that when you have this, your A here will be equals to A squared, please, will be equals to B squared plus C squared. Two things you need to understand for you to be able to solve this very, very well is this. Number one, for you to use Pythagoras Theorem successfully well, it must be a right angle triangle. It must be a right angle triangle. If it's not a right angle triangle, then you can't use Pythagoras Theorem to solve it. Number two is this. The one here must be your hypotenuse, the line facing the 90 degree. It must be your hypotenuse. If you observe what I did here, this is what A squared is equals to the sum of the other two sides. That's actually what Pythagoras Theorem is. It says the square of the hypotenuse is equals to the sum of the square of the other two sides. So if C is here, then it means it must be C squared is equals to A squared plus what? B squared. Look at this example. We have given that A is equals to 5, B is equals to 3. Find the value of C. Find the value of line C. Don't forget what we said. We spoke about the two rules of Pythagoras Theorem. Number one, it must be a right angle triangle, and then the one facing the hypotenuse must be the one here with square to be equal to the sum of the what? The other two sides. So with this one now, we have A square to be equals to B square plus C square. Our A, the value for our A is 5. So we have 5 square here to be equals to the value for our B is 3. So we have 3 square here plus C square. We don't have a value for C. We're looking for the value. So because of this now, our 5 square will end up giving us 25. Our 3 square will end up giving us 9 plus C square. From here, we can collect like terms. 9 will go and meet 25. So we have 25 here. Our 9 here is positive. When it's crossing the equality sign, the value, the sign will change. So once it's moving, it will change to minus 9 equals to C square. So our C square is equals to 25 minus 9. We end up giving us 16. So C will be equals to square root of 16. Our C will be equals to what? 4. Our C, the value for our C will be equals to 4. You can pause. Right. Example 2. Given that the diagram below, find the value of your B. Find the value of B. If you observe this very well, B is on the hypotenuse side. And the law says that what? B squared, the hypotenuse side, will be equals to the square of the hypotenuse will be equals to the square of the other two sides, this side and this side. So B squared is equals to 12 squared plus 9 squared. Don't also forget that it is a right angle triangle. Once you see this symbol, it's telling us that it is a right angle triangle. So because of that, we are good to go in this form. So our B squared will be equals to 12 squared will give us 144 plus 9 squared will give us 81. From this point, if we add them together, this will end up giving us 225. So our B will be equals to the square root of 225. At the end of the day, our B will be equals to 15 cents. Find the value of x in the diagram below. Here is the diagram, and it is a right angle triangle. Don't forget, for you to use Pythagoras Theorem, it must be a right angle triangle. And number 2, we must make sure we know the hypotenuse side. The hypotenuse side here is 13 centimeter. The hypotenuse side is 13 centimeter. So for us to be able to solve this, we should know that 13 square, the law of what's the name? Pythagoras Theorem, say that the square of the hypotenuse side is equal to the square of the other two sides. The square of the hypotenuse is equal to the square of the other two sides. So which means 13 square will be equals to 5 square plus what? X square. 5 square plus x square. From here, our 13 square will end up giving us 169, which is equals to 5 square will give us 25 plus x square. Now, what do? We collect like terms. To collect like terms, 25 will come and meet 169 here. So we have 169, 25 is plus. When it's crossing the equality sign, it ends up giving us a minus. This will be equals to x squared. So our x squared is equals to 169 minus 25. 169 minus 25 will end up giving us 144. Our x will be equals to the square root of 144. X finally will be equals to what? Right. Just like we've done here, try and see if you can solve this. While you're solving, your expected answer here, your x should be equals to what? 12 centimeter. Solve and see if you can get that. The next one here, if you solve very well, let's say here is our p centimeter, and our expected answer here for p should be 25 centimeter. And the last one, we have y. We have to look for the value for y, and then the value for y expected answer should be 15 meters. 15 meters. If you enjoyed this video, please share, subscribe, and like this video. See you in our next one. Have a wonderful day.